Now, if you've ever wanted to make real passive income online, but you thought it was too complicated, too expensive, or just way out of reach, this video is about to change that, because I'm about to show you how one seller just like you is making over $8,400 per month in just 4 months from one simple coloring book on Amazon KDP. You won't need any prior experience or super expensive software, just a strategy, and that's exactly what I'm breaking down today. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, I know a lot of people hear numbers like that and immediately think, yeah, that's probably some artist or graphic designer who's been doing this for years, but not in all cases. A lot of these people are just regular people who found a niche, followed a simple process, and uploaded a book that took off. The truth is that anyone can do this, including you. I know this because I've done it myself. When I first started self-publishing on KDP, I had zero clue what I was doing. I didn't have a background in art, I wasn't a writer, and I was just someone who wanted to build a passive income stream online. And after a lot of trial and error, and I mean a lot, I figured something out. So today, I'm gonna give you the shortcut I wish I had when I started. First, I'm gonna break down exactly what makes this coloring book so successful so you can replicate the process. Then I'll show you step by step how to create and publish your own coloring book, even if you've never designed a thing in your life. All you need is this tutorial and my KDP royalty roadmap to be able to start doing this as soon as today. So if you haven't checked it out, feel free to download it. The link is down below. So if you use that with the tutorial in this video, you'll have a completed book ready for KDP upload in no time. Now, before we dive in, let's talk about the secret sauce to actually making sales, because just uploading a book isn't enough. You need demand. Think about it. If you create a coloring book in a niche that nobody cares about, guess what? It's gonna sit there and collect dust. On the other hand, if you jump into a niche that's already flooded with thousands of books, well, good luck trying to stand out. What you need is balance. You need a niche that's popular, but not oversaturated, something people are already buying, but where you can still compete. And today, I'm gonna show you exactly how to find that sweet spot. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, I did all the heavy lifting for you, so the niche that we're gonna focus on today is the Hygge Bold and Easy coloring book. Now, if we go ahead and take a scroll through the first page, we're gonna see the very first book is a bestseller with a bestsellers rank of 1,990. So right away, I know that people are interested in this type of book. And if we scroll down more, we're gonna see there's another one right here. This one right here, the Cozy Hygge coloring book, ranked at 341,000. And then we see another one right here, Hygge Vibes at 492,000, a Summer Hygge at 388,000, and this Hygge Corner Cute and Easy coloring book at 17,000. So I see a handful of books here that have decent BSRs or bestsellers rank. But if we go up to the top of the page, the first thing that I always look at when I'm doing niche research and trying to find that balance between demand and competition is going to be right here, total results. And right now we see 878. Now, when it comes to the search results, that's basically how competitive a niche is. And there's no point putting a book up on Amazon in an overly competitive niche. So what I'm looking for are search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that this niche isn't overly competitive, which means that there's a better chance at getting your book seen and sold. So with the total results being 878, we know that's below that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for. So I know that the competition here is not too competitive, which means that there's gonna be a better chance at getting your book ranked on this first page of Amazon so that people can actually see the book and people can actually buy the book. Now, when we look at the exact match, we see 0 out of 16, which basically means how many books are showing for this exact keyword in their book's title. So right here, we're already seeing potential to be able to use this exact keyword as your book's title. Now, independently published means how many KDP books are here on the first page, and we see every single book is a KDP book. Now, the average bestsellers rank is 251,000. It's a very decent bestsellers rank because that means that on average, these books on the first page are selling about 1 or 2 books per day, and the average review is 448. With the average price, which is typical of this book, about $6.99, we see the average price $7.24. Now that we know that this niche is not too competitive, the next thing that I look for has to do with demand. Now, there's no point putting your book up on Amazon if no one's looking for that type of book. So in order to judge demand, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are consistently selling right now, which means that there's some sort of demand here. So if we take a scroll through the first page, we've already seen some of these books, but if we take a deeper dive into the numbers with this bestsellers badge, we can see that this book, when I hover over it, it says independently published, which is exactly what we're looking for, which means it's a KDP book with a bestsellers rank of 1,990. So this is one book that's showing demand. Now, if we scroll down to look for another Hygge, we're going to see this one right here, independently published, hovering at that 300,000 BSR. So this one could potentially show demand for this niche. And if we keep scrolling down, we're going to see a few more books that we saw before. This is an autumn Hygge coloring book, 446,000. And then we have this Hygge Vibes at 492,000. And then a summer Hygge at that 300,000 BSR. And then this Hygge Corner Bold and Easy coloring book with a bestsellers rank of 17,000. So we know there's a handful of books here showing demand. So we're starting to see that there is potential for profits here. Now, the last thing that I like to look at has to do with the niche score provided by Titan's Quick View, and we see a niche score of 66. Now, when it comes to the niche score, which comes from Titan's Quick View, I'm looking basically to validate the first two steps when it comes to demand and the competition. And so I'm looking for a niche score of at least 50. So with that niche score being above 50, it basically points me in the direction that there is potential for profits here because demand is high, competition is low. So the next thing is to actually look at some of these books and look at the interiors and see if it's something that we can create for ourselves. Now, if we take a look at this book, this is the Hygge Corner coloring book for adults and teens featuring cozy corners and pocket spaces, simple and cute animal drawings for relaxation and stress relief, bold and easy coloring. 4.5 out of 5 rating, 76% is a 5-star, so very good interiors, priced at $7.99. Now, when we put that figure into this Amazon KDP royalty calculator, we can see that the standard royalty for this book is $2.64, and the extended distribution is $1.05. And here is the breakdown of that book price. So $2.15 go towards printing cost, and then Amazon's fee, $3.20, left over for the publisher, $2.64. What if you priced at $6.99 to undercut this book? Well, you still have a standard royalty of over $2. So that's something to keep in mind when creating your book, is what kind of price do you want to set that'll undercut your competition, and so basically try to take some of those sales. Now, this book is 76 pages, which tells me that there's about 30 to 35 coloring pages, because if you include the back side, this type of book is 8.5 by 8.5 inches. That is the typical size for bold and easy coloring books. Now, if we scroll down, we can see from the day that it was published, which was June 18 or June 19, that it didn't sell for a couple days, but then it started to sell. And then within 4 months, so from the day that it was published and 4 months later in November, that it hit a BSR of 1,557. Now, if we put that bestsellers rank into this KDP book sales calculator, we can see that estimated book sales over 100 per day, over 3,200 book sales per month. If we add that royalty calculator, we can see that's over $280 per day and $8,487 per month in estimated royalties, all coming from a single book. And like I said, all within 4 months of publication. So we can see that it is possible to make a full-time income within just a couple months, all coming from a simple book. Now, if we scroll down here to look at the A+ content, this is where publishers can put more interiors, more pictures, more descriptions of their book, basically to add some personality into their listings. We can see some interiors right here. So here's some that's colored in, 1, 2, 3, and then here's 3 that are not colored in. So the customer can actually see what it would look like in both cases. And it's good for us publishers that are trying to compete, because we can see what type of book this is, and we can see if we can create our own. Now, to create this type of book, I'm going to use my favorite coloring book maker called Nurier Creator because it's going to be the most beginner friendly, easiest and simple art generator because all you have to do is enter a few simple words as your prompts, and the images that it comes out with are going to be complete black and white for coloring books, and they're going to be upscaled to the highest resolution, so you don't have to worry about those lines getting distorted during printing. Now what I do is I always choose AI generation, but you could also do a single niche multiplier, which basically allows you to create a bulk load of images for a specific niche. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you simply how to use AI generation, and I'm going to use the freestyle method. As you can see, here are my prompts. Everything ends in a hygge style, and I just changed the beginning. So it goes cute living room, kitchen, dining, girl's bedroom, playroom, office, garden, boys' bedroom, closet, and music room. Now, if you don't want to do freestyle and you need some help with prompts, go to DFY and you're going to be able to describe the main character. So for example, cute living room. And then you can describe a situation, completely optional. And then you can choose your art style. So you have from kawaii, stained glass, steampunk, pop art, hygge, tattoo, clip art, anime, zen doodles, and so on and so forth. Pretty much every type of art style is in here to create any type of coloring book that you want. So let's go to hygge right here. And then all you'd have to do is add to the prompt list, and you can see cute living room in a hygge style. Now, if we go back to freestyle, we have a couple more options. You can choose the background option. So with this type of book, I noticed there are backgrounds with the images. So instead of choosing no background, I chose to have a background layer assist. And then the image size, since this book is an 8.5 by 8.5 inch book, I'm going to go ahead and choose this size. You can see all the other sizes right here. And then last but not least is going to be your line thickness. So you have your options: thin, medium, thick. I chose thick for this book, and then just hit generate images. Now, if you wait a couple minutes, it's going to generate those images. So for that first prompt, it was cute living room in a hygge style. And as you can see, 4 images per prompt. So this is going to allow you to choose 1, even 2 of these images for your coloring book. Now they're going to be very similar, so I would really only choose 1 of these images, and some are going to be better than others. So for example, I really like this second one right here, mainly because the lines look a little bit better in this picture. Now, if we go on to the next prompt, this is the cute kitchen room in a hygge style. Now, like I said, some of these are going to be better than others. So I noticed this first one's not going to do so well because there's so many lines within the lines of this coloring page. What I'm looking for is really a lot of white space, very little lines. And I see that with this third picture right here. So this is the one that I might go with. Now the next one, cute dining room in a hygge style. You could probably go with the first one or maybe even the second one. I noticed with the last one, there's way too much black going on here. Now the next one, cute girl's bedroom in a hygge style. They all look very similar. And if we go to the next set of images, it's going to be right here, 17 to 32. We have cute playroom in a hygge style. Judging from this one, I kind of like this third image right here, possibly even the second one. Now, cute office room in a hygge style. I'll probably go with this second one. And then cute garden room in a hygge style. I kind of like this first one. There's less happening. There's already a lot of lines here, and I like the white space in the back. And then this one, cute boy's bedroom in a hygge style. We can see the sheets are messy. So I'd probably go with this third one right here. Now, if we look at the last set of images, 33 to 40, we have a cute closet room in a hygge style. And looking at these pictures, I kind of like this last one right here, or maybe the second one. And then the last prompt in this tutorial is the cute music room in a hygge style. Now, keep in mind, you're going to want at least 30 to 40 images. I'm only showing you 10 sets of images right here, but all you'd have to do is create more. It's pretty simple. Now, all you need to do is download all the images. Now you have the option here, downloading all of them as PNG, SVG, PDF, or PowerPoint. Most of the time, you're going to download as PNG or SVG. Now, if you're going to make alterations, modifications to the picture itself, you're going to want to download the PNG version, which is going to allow you to edit these images on a free program like Canva, as opposed to SVG, which you cannot really edit those pictures. So keep that in mind. Now go ahead and open up Canva and create a custom size. This is going to be 8.5 by 8.5 inches. Make sure under units, you choose inches, and then go ahead and create that new design. Now for the first page, typically you're going to want a book belongs to page. So if you go over here to text, add a heading, just type in this book belongs to, and then resize it so it fits on one line, make it a little bit smaller, and then place it right here in the center somewhere. Now go ahead, go to elements, find a shape, look for the line one right here, put it on the page, and then go ahead and extend it by dragging this dot right here all the way to the other side of the page and then centering it as well. Now what I like to do is I like to turn this into a coloring element. So if I click on the text box, go to effects, hit hollow, you can see it does exactly that. And you can kind of play around with the thickness here. And you can also change the font. So if we go ahead and choose something like this, and then go ahead and center it where it belongs. And then there you go. Now the next page is going to be a blank page because it serves as the backside to this page. So we're going to add another page, page 3, where we're going to start our actual images. So if we go ahead and grab that download, I'm going to highlight every single image. And I'm just going to drag it into the upload section of Canva. And you're going to see that here it is uploading. And it's just going to allow me to choose the image that I like the best out of each set. So for the first one, we're probably going to go with this one right here. And all we have to do is extend it and make it fill the entire page. Now keep in mind, since this coloring image is running all the way to the edges of the page, we're actually going to want to change the interior size. Now, I like to use tangent templates to help me with my interiors and know exactly what size to create them, especially when I'm dealing with bleed. So I just put in all my details: paperback, 8.5 by 8.5 inches, 80 pages, paper type is white. And with the interior with bleed, the page width actually has to be 8.625 and the page height 8.75. So I'm going to go ahead and make those changes to my actual interior. So if we go here, resize, we're going to go custom size here, and the width is going to be 8.625 by height is 8.75. And then I'm going to go ahead and just click resize this design. We can see right here, right beside my name, 8.625 by 8.75. This is the correct specifications for this type of coloring book with bleed. Now I'm going to add a page. This page is going to serve as the backside to this page. And so for bleed through purposes, which means when the customer is coloring in with a marker or something that bleeds through the page, we don't want anything right here because it's going to ruin any kind of image, any kind of coloring page that we have right here. So we leave it blank. Add another page, and every odd page is where we want to put our images. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then there you go. So we have all of our images here. Now keep in mind, this is only 10 images. You're going to want at least 30 to 40 images for a complete book. But like I said, all you have to do is keep going back to Nurier Creator and keep entering new prompts, hit generate images, and do the exact same process. And you could actually get this book done in just a few hours from beginning to end. So if you want to try out Nurier Creator for yourself, I'm going to leave the link down below. Now, if we take a look at these pages, you have this one right here. You have that blank page. You have your next coloring image, and then that blank page. And then here is the other image right here. And then the blank page, and then your image, blank page, image, blank page, image, blank page, image. And then as you can see, the rest of the images that we have right here. Now, what you want to do now, if we go to the grid view, is once your book looks like this, where there's a blank page in between every coloring page, and you have 30 to 40 images, when you want to save it and get it ready for KDP upload, you want to hit share right here, go to download. You want to make sure it's PDF print. You want to flatten the PDF, and you want to choose all pages. Now go ahead and choose CMYK, but if you're only using the free Canva right now, RGB will be okay, and then just hit download. Now, if you want the full process from step A to step Z on how to create and publish this book on Amazon KDP, Don't forget to download my KDP royalty roadmap, which is going to help you do all of that. It's going to be your guide to basically finish this book and get it up and running on Amazon. So feel free, download it. The link is down below. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.